Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot with this week's tarot tips and tricks. So today's video we'll be looking at pip decks. Now when I first started the tarot and I heard that term pip deck, so I didn't know what the hell it meant. So basically a pip deck is a tarot deck that hasn't got any illustrated pictures on the, or images I should say, on the minor arcana. So just to give you an idea, so this little deck here is a tarot and this has got, so this is an illustrated one. So as you can see, so this one here, I'll just have to move that back, I think. So this is the Three of Wands. So this is a Tarot deck, one of my absolutely favourite decks of all time. This is a Five of Cups. Here is the Eight of Swords. And this final one here is the Seven of Pentacles. So that's what it means by having illustrated, an illustrated tarot deck, I suppose I should say, as I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think of what words to use. So a pip deck is when there are no pictures on it, so it's just using the actual suit. So I've got some from the, just to give you an idea, I'm going to show you a couple of different decks. So this one is from the Alchemy 1977 Tarot. This was the very first pip deck that I ever actually bought. So this one here is the Eight of Pentacles. So that's what a pip deck looks. All you are seeing is the actual Pentacles itself. This is the Knight of Pentacles in this particular deck. It's an absolutely beautiful deck. I love the wand suit. This is the wand suit. Isn't that just gorgeous? This is the Seven of Wands. And then we've got the Four of Wands. So even traditionally, this is not really like a true sort of pip deck because you know, you can see skeletons in it. So it's still actually got some images on it. So I'll show you, I'll just go through and show you though. These is the swords, so you can see what I'm saying. You know, it's got the skeleton. Normally it would just be the swords. A bit like this one here. That's more of the true pip. So this is the Two of Cups in this particular deck. These are the backs of the cards. I've done a walkthrough of this deck. I'm pretty sure I have. I don't know how good it is now because I would have had a different camera. I love the Queen of Cups in this deck. I absolutely love this deck. Actually, it's making me want to use it again. The Seven of Cups. As you can see, the Seven of Cups, it's got no images whatsoever that you usually see in the cups. I'll just share some of the major cards because I really love this deck. So this is the Emperor. This is the Fool. I absolutely love this Fool. It's so cool. The Moon. The Magician. And the final card, the Hierophant. It's one of my favourite depictions of the Hierophant there. Actually, I think this was the image that made me buy the deck. Absolutely love it. So that's a pip deck. And that was the Alchemy 1977 Tarot. And I will just put up a picture now of the most traditional pip deck that you could find, and that is the Marseille deck. So here we have got the Wands, Pentacles, Cups, and Sword suit. So that is what a Marseille pip deck, well, Marseille is a pip deck, and that's what their pips look like. I've also got one called the Steampunk Tarot by Liz Dean. Absolutely, or the Victorian Steampunk. I love this one. So this is sort of classed as a pip deck, but not really too, because as you can see, you know, it's got the moths. So the moths represent wands in here. And in this deck, they always put the actual, you know, the suit in there so you know what you are. So the bees are the swords, and as you can see, there's a sword in between the two bees. I love the backs of these of this actual deck. Absolutely awesome, quite trippy. Very, oh, what was that? Oh, I can't think of him now. Oh, I can't think of the guy. Mike Myers in Shagadelic Baby. I can't think of that blooming movie now. This is the Ace of Cups. As you can see, we've got a cup there. Austin Powers, that's it. Three of Dragonflies. So that's the cups as well. And then for Pentacles, we've actually got Beetles, and that's the Seven of Pentacles there. So that's another one as well. I'll just do a couple of cards so you can kind of see. So that's the Moon card in this deck. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that'll probably do it, just so you can kind of get an idea. Any more? I will show you the Tower. I quite like the Tower card in this deck. Actually, I really do like this deck. It's quite cool. Kind of looks like Big Ben, doesn't it? So that's another pip deck. And I suppose this one too, although these are known as playing cards, so they're actually called I think these have gotten mixed up. Let me just put all the blue ones back in here. So this actually comes in two. It comes in a dark and it comes in a, as you can see. Okay, so this is really good, I suppose, if you like to do shadow work, because they're exactly the same cards, but one's in the golds and the other one's in the blue. And this is actually called the Illuminated Playing Cards. And who is that by again? I've forgotten who that was by. Bye. Oh, who wrote this? Caitlin Keegan, there you go. But the beauty with this particular one is it comes with one of these type of leaflets. But what she does is she actually gives every, so the Four of Spades is the Death card. So she'll actually give you a tarot interpretation for the actual pip decks. I haven't used this a lot. I probably should get a lot of decks now that we're sort of at home now. But you can kind of class this as a pip deck. It is more illustrated, I suppose. Let me find, okay, so it's the Ace of Spades. So it's kind of is and it kind of isn't. A true pip deck hasn't got any sort of embellishment on it at all, but I suppose you can say it is. It's a really nice deck. I've done a walkthrough of this one as well. Beautiful cardstock. It's really, really nice. So that's just a couple of examples of a pip deck. And what most people struggle with a pip deck is that is actually not having any images to read it with. So that's one of the biggest struggle why people prefer to have images on their minor arcana cards. I can read, it doesn't really bother me. I can read both ways, but I suppose I would have to say I like to have an image as well attached to it. I just find it more pleasant to look at. But having said that, I do truly, truly love the Alchemy 97 Tarot. It's been around for a long, long time. I don't know if it'll tell me when it was first published. It's by Fournier. I don't know when it tells you, because it's got, it's one of them ones that's got all different languages in it, but I don't think it's going to tell me when it was first published that I can find. What about on this deck in here? Now it says 2011, so I don't know, I'm not too sure if that's actually true or not, but it has been around for a long, long time. But I suppose with this deck it's a lot easier because, and I'll kind of give you a bit of a tip when it comes to reading pip decks, is that this particular rose, in the large one in the middle there, when I first looked at it, the two leaves up, I suppose I should say the two petals there and there, actually look like a pair of dolphins in the water jumping up through the sea. So even though it's an actual, it's classed as a pip deck, if you look close enough at the actual pictures of the pip deck, you'll tend to notice little things in it. Now, when I've turned it around again, I can see a little face in the very top rows. That's right, the very top rows. I'm going to say row. So you can actually start to see certain shapes and images and things like that, even if it is just a pip deck. But you need to look at it closely. And sometimes, when sometimes you get that feeling when you stare off into space and your eyes kind of glaze over and get fuzzy and stuff like that. Sometimes if you can make yourself do that with your eyes while you're actually looking at a deck, other things will sort of pop out of the ether, so to speak, and make itself known to you. So that's just another little tip about reading pips. So, I don't think, when did I get this deck? I think I only got this deck 2 to 3 years ago, I think. I can't quite remember now. But, I've been reading well over 20 years. So it took me a long, long time before I got one, but nothing really appealed to me So until I saw this one, and I really, really like it. It's really beautiful. I love everything about it. Borders, the backs. I think it's absolutely fabulous. So there you have it. That's it on Pick Decks. I can't really speak much more about it. I just wanted to make this quick video because when I first heard of that term, Pick Deck, I didn't even know what it meant. So there's many, many more out there now, for sure. Yeah, it's again, it's really what speaks to you. But that's a little tip. If you can kind of, if you look at a card long enough, even if it's a pick one, you'll start to see things that you didn't notice before. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all next week. Take care.